Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Elijah Pendleton, aka callsign Blight, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Foxx Holsters Rubberized Grip Tape. Now, I actually got this a couple of weeks ago to put on here, give you guys a quick rundown on how you apply it to the gun and kind of its features, what it's used for in airsoft compared to real steel. But like an idiot, I did not put my apartment number into the shipping information. So just really quick, I wanted to say they were fantastic. I contacted them to let them know about what had happened, and the very next day, they sent me out another one at no charge. I didn't have to pay shipping again or pay for the product again. So from that part of the experience, guys, I just want to say Foxx Holsters customer service was fantastic. And obviously, they're not just in grip tapes. They've got a lot of holsters as well, believe it or not. So check them out if you need something like that. I actually got the rubberized grip tape for my SIG Air M17, OEM by VFC, and I got a 6x6 inch sheet. I think the sheet was about $9, and the grip tape for the gun was $14. I want to say it was $14, so it really wasn't that expensive either. I used the sheet to go ahead and put just a little bit of the grip tape right here on the mags, mainly just for continuity. I mean, I really didn't need it that much. This one isn't as important as it is on the gun. So speaking of what you would use it for on the gun, let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. Obviously, on a real steel firearm, this is meant to help with recoil. Now, on the airsoft version, yes, it's a gas blowback. This is the gas operating system, not the CO2. And yes, it has a little bit of recoil, but it's nothing compared to the real steel counterpart. So what's the purpose of this for airsoft? Well, guys, everyone out there knows that 85% of what us airsofters do is for looks. We gotta look cool, man. When we're in the staging area, we gotta look cool when we're out on the field. So does it look cool? I mean, that's up to you. You'd be the one buying it, so you have to decide if you think it's gonna look cool on your handgun. I think it does, so there's 85% of the reason why to buy it. But in all seriousness, if you do play in somewhat wet conditions, maybe it's just starting to rain, maybe it's really muddy, something like that, the grip tape does actually help. So from what I've been reading and from what people have been saying, that's the biggest application as far as an airsoft gun. Because when the plastic texturing on the gun starts to get wet, your hand starts to slip, especially if you've got gloves that are maybe like a leather or they're worn down, they're kind of smooth and you can slip off easier, especially on the draw. This grip tape is going to be fantastic. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys and talk any longer because you're not here to watch me talk, you're here to see how this works. So let's go ahead and put it on the gun. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this included alcohol wipe and we're going to go ahead and clean the gun off. I think what I'll probably do is break the gun down to just the frame just to make it a little bit simpler. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so guys, one thing I felt like was worth mentioning is be careful where all you get the alcohol. Part of the reason I took this apart down to just the lower frame was that if you do get alcohol inside of it, that can deteriorate it, like your O-rings and any other kind of rubber or anything like that. So all I've got here is the polymer frame and the mag release, so I'm not that worried about it. Once it dries, I'm really not that worried about it at all, but I did feel like it was worth mentioning. Also, make sure that you get the entire area, even if you can see, I'm going to try not to touch it, even up here, because the grip tape keeps going past just right here. So you want to have that clean as well. So I'm going to set it like this. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry, and then we're going to get right to it. Alright guys, so just a little word of advice. It really does not take much heat at all. As you saw, I struggled a lot with the back strap because of the curve of the gun. As soon as I put the heat on it, it molded perfectly. So I've got it all down. I've got this on setting 4 of 14. Again, does not take much heat at all. I think it already went on pretty well, but I'm gonna hit it one last time, make sure that all these creases and everything are sitting correctly, and then we're gonna let it cool for a minute. All right, guys, so I've let it cool for about 5 minutes, and now we're gonna go ahead and reassemble it and check out how it looks. I'll let you guys be the judge. I think it looks pretty good, right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab a pair of gloves, and I'm gonna see the difference in how the texture affects it holding with just your hand, which I can already feel there's a very positive texture to it. It's very easy to grip it, and as like you're doing this, say you're pulling it out of the holster, say you're snapping from targets, the gun's not gonna wobble as much. So let's say that it's getting wet and you snapped your target and just the slightest bit of a twist in the gun, that's all it's gonna take, and that might throw your aim off. Also again, it is a lot about looks. I think it looks pretty awesome. So A+ from me for Foxx Holsters. I think this is great. I think it's very, very easy. You can see the back strap came out really, really well, even though I was kind of struggling with that. As soon as I applied the heat, went on perfect. And one last thing. Guys, no BBs, obviously, but look at that. I think the mag, having that little bit of the grip tape, ties it back in really well. So let's grab those gloves and let's see the difference. Guys, you can see the gloves I grabbed have the kind of palm I was talking about. Very, very smooth. It's probably an imitation leather. I mean, it doesn't even look like real leather, but it's got that same feeling where it's really, really soft and very, very smooth. So I'm gonna see, and yeah, I'm just gonna show you, look at how the glove is catching. It definitely adds dexterity to the grip, especially with gloves like these. Now, I really don't recommend these gloves. These are pretty cheap breacher gloves. I don't like them, especially when you do this, it hurts your knuckles. But I felt like it would be a good way to check this out. And guys, I can tell you it definitely adds a whole nother layer to the grip for you. So again, a lot of it is how your gun looks, but there is a little bit of utility to it. And that's kind of cool. Honestly, at the end of the day, it is kind of cool. It wasn't very expensive. I really like how it looks, and I would definitely recommend it if you're thinking about putting a grip like this on it. It was very inexpensive. Foxx Holsters was great, and yeah, I cannot wait to get out and field this and see how much it improves gameplay. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next.